Alrighty, guys, so these next 3 days in the stock market are going to be absolutely massive. We have a lot to go over in this video. We're going to go over stocks I'm looking at, charts I'm liking, and of course, what I'm looking out for this week. Well, today's Tuesday. The markets are closed. It's July 4th. Happy July 4th to everybody out there watching, by the way. So that leaves us with Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. And again, these 3 days, we're going to have a lot going on, so we have a lot to go over today. But before we do that, guys, don't forget to get up to 16 stocks for Moo, each up to $2,000, the sponsor of today's video. All you have to do is go down below, open up your account, fund it with at least $100. You get 5 stocks, each up to $2,000, and fund your account at least $1,000. You get 10 more stocks, totaling 15 stocks. And listen to this, guys, fund your account at least $5,000. And this part of the promo is limited time. You also get a free share of either Tesla stock or Google, guaranteed, on top of those 15 stocks you already got. So if you guys want some free money, who doesn't like free money, and you want to help out the channel because it is an affiliate link, use that link down below. And with that being said, guys, cheers. Oops, I just knocked over my chapstick. Cheers, guys. Let's dive right into the video. So check it out, guys. The markets did pretty well yesterday on Monday, and mind you, the markets closed at 1 p.m. yesterday. We had a short day. We had the NASDAQ, I believe, go up about 0.25%. The S&P went up about 0.1, nothing crazy. It looks like the Dow broke even, and if I remember correctly, the Russell went up about 0.4%. If I remember correctly, it's not showing it here for some reason, but yeah, pretty decent green day for stocks on Monday, and a lot of individual stocks did very well. Coinbase crushed it. It went up around 12%. Bed Bath & Beyond, Roblox, JD, Airbnb, and we'll talk about some of these later in the video, so make sure you guys stick out the route. And SPY, which you guys probably saw last week or on Monday, and really on Fridays when we took out the highs originally, we're now starting to break above the highs from the middle of June on SPY, which is really good. And Triple Q, I believe, last I checked, was right there as well. Yeah, the highs were right around 370-285. Those were right from the middle of June. And now we're pretty much right there, guys, 370. And we actually have an ascending triangle here on the 4-hour chart on Triple Q, which might play out. We'll see, maybe on Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday. And if it does play out, we break above 375, guys, Triple Q could be ripping like no other from that point, right? It could start going. Let me pull the 1 year up. Actually, we're at a high on the 1 year chart. Let me pull the 3 year chart up. We could be going towards, I know it might sound crazy, but all-time highs, 400, 410. That's where ultimately this could go if we start breaking above 375, 380. We see that triangle play out. I'm telling you guys, we can see another push here in the stock market. I don't know. What do you guys think? Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. As always, guys, I love chatting with you all in the comments. So Triple Q's looking pretty bullish heading into this week, right? Well, I keep saying this week like it's Sunday. For some reason, I keep thinking it's Sunday. It's not Sunday, guys. It's Tuesday. But heading into the next couple of days, it looks pretty good. Same with SPY. Again, now that it's breaking out of that high on the 4-hour chart, which is again right around 444, 443 roughly. So markets are looking as bullish as ever. Maybe not so much the Dow, because the Dow is approaching a big level of resistance. But then again, it's above the moving averages, guys. We have a golden cross, so still looking pretty bullish. But we're not getting a huge leg up yet. If we do break above 34.8, which is right around where my alert's at, and we break above 35,000 on the Dow, okay, maybe at that point, we will at that point be seeing a huge leg up, but we're not there yet. And the Russell, which of course is the small caps index, you guys know, is right at a breakout spot, 1,900 points. If it breaks out of that level, guys, which we failed to do so a couple weeks ago, also back in November into December, we failed there. If we do break above 1,900 this time around, 1,905, 1,910, 25, that's where we could be getting a push towards 2,000 points on the Russell. And I'm not sure what the all-time high is. We're probably far off. Yeah, we're far off. 24.58 is the all-time high. We're now at 1896. We still have a ways to go to get to the all-time high, which I'm not banking on anytime soon. But just to give you guys some perspective on where we're at, right? The NASDAQ on the flip side, like we've covered recently, is pretty close to all-time highs, actually. This thing's around 8% from all-time highs, roughly. SPY is, which tracks the S&P 500, that's around, let me see here, about 8% as well from all-time highs. pretty much right there, but the Russell is lagging, and that goes to show big tech has been moving the markets, and that's why the Nasdaq, the S&P, they're pretty close to all-time highs, whereas the Russell is lagging, but that might not last for long, guys. The Russell, I believe, is slowly going to fill the gap, start to fill the gap at least, and maybe catch up to SPY, maybe catch up to the Nasdaq. We'll see. What do you guys think? Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments, and let me quickly pull up the oil chart. I haven't covered this in a while. Last I checked, we had a descending triangle on the 4-hour chart. Probably still do. Yeah, of course we still do, guys, because I think I last covered this a couple of days ago. Yeah, but look at that. Oil went up around 2% on Monday. Pretty big day there for oil, back over $70 a barrel. Actually, wait, are the futures? Yeah, the futures are trading right now, guys. So yeah, we have the Dow futures currently down. I forgot about that for a second. Dow futures are down a little bit. Nasdaq, Russell, and the S&P as well. Nothing crazy. Looks like the Russell futures are down 0.2%. Nasdaq down 0.1%. Same with the Dow. We have the S&P futures down about 0.05%. Pretty much nothing. But the oil futures are now up around 2% right now in real time, guys, and we're breaking back over 70 a barrel. That's actually a pretty good sign, but we're still seeing this descending triangle on CL here, which is clear as day to me, guys, and it's not the bullish, or it's not a bullish pattern, it's a bearish pattern. Now, if oil starts breaking 75 a barrel, starts going mid-high 70s, all right, at that point, we could fully start breaking out, but we're not there yet, guys, so be patient. I'm being patient on oil, and I'm setting my alert at 75 a barrel. We'll see what happens. If it goes there, if it breaks, if it doesn't, time will tell, but that's a quick breakdown here on oil. And let's talk about some individual stocks now that I'm looking at heading into this week, guys. Of course, I'm looking at SoFi, Palantir. We talk about those a lot, Tesla, Bed Bath & Beyond, a couple other ones, Roblox. Keep your eyes on Roblox. If it breaks above $43, there could be more upside there. AMD's one that I'm looking at right now, guys. We saw a big sell-off in AMD and Intel, which we might as well talk about these at the same time, right, guys? So AMD took a hit from $133 down to $105. That was a drop of almost $30. We're talking 21%. It got into a bear market, and Intel pretty much did the same thing, right? It went from $37 down to about $32. Not quite a 21% pullback, but it did pull back about 13%. And now we're seeing on Intel, we're actually consolidating a little bit above the 180 SMA on the 4-hour chart. We're holding above $32, which was the high from the end of April heading into the beginning of June. We're holding above that, and we're seeing a little bit of a bounce, but we are struggling to break above the 50 SMA on the 4-hour chart and the highs from the end of June being about $34. So if we do see a break above $34 on Intel, which is where I'll put my alert right now, that's where we could see the continuation on this stock play out. And mind you, $34 was the high from the early days of April as well. So that means it needs to break that, guys. It makes it even more imperative for Intel to break. And if it does, from there, $37 could be next, in my opinion. So my alert's at 34. Might as well put another one at maybe 35. Why not? Markets that were above $35. And on AMD, let me pull this one up. AMD, guys, if we do break, well, now we're actually breaking above the moving averages on the 4-hour, which is great. But if we do start to break above this spot, let me draw this out and show you 117, which was the triple bottom from the end of May into the early days of June. If we do break over that again, which now we're at 115, guys, mind you, if we do break back over 117, that's where this could start to make a move back towards that 125, 30, maybe above that point. You can make an argument, guys, that's where it could be going. So I'm going to set my alert on AMD at $117.50. Let me do that now. Markers that were above. And again, if we take that point out, guys, these are some levels that we could go to, 125, 132, 133.70. These are on the cards for sure. Excuse me. Here on AMD, which, mind you, on Monday had a 1.7% green day. Not bad. And what did Intel do on Monday? Did I even look at that? 0.5% green day on Monday. Not bad for Intel. Both of them outperformed the markets on Monday, which in the long term, who gives a crap what outperforms on individual days? But in the short term, guys, when you're trading, the little stuff, the little things matter sometimes, and it's a good thing to pay attention to them, which, again, AMD and Intel both did pretty well on Monday. So what do you guys think about those? Let me see what else ended up making a move. I wanted to look at GameStop very quickly, GME. This one's looking pretty funky. I'm not going to lie, guys. The chart is all over the place. Yes, we're above the moving averages, but at the same time, we are in a wedge. If you guys take a look here, if I clear the drawing set and maybe get rid of that alert real quick, you can see we're clearly in a wedge. I mean, it's clear as day, right? We're making lower highs, higher lows at the same time. So I kind of want to wait and see what direction GME ends up picking, right? Do we break out of, let's say, 25, 26 bucks? Well, more like 26 bucks, which would be above the wedge. We would start breaking out at that point, in my opinion. Or does this thing completely collapse, fall through the 180 SMA right in the mid-23s and start to dump? I mean, this could go either way. So in my opinion, what I'm doing is, which I'm not telling you guys what to do, but I'm just sitting on my hands and being patient until we pick direction. So I'm going to set another alert at 23, markets that were below, to see if we fall under that wedge. And let me see what else, guys. AMC is pretty boring. I don't want to talk much about that in this video. That's not been doing much of anything. Enphase had a day where it did very well. I believe that was on Friday. Then on Monday, it went up 1.2%. All right, it's creeping up a little bit, but not fully breaking out yet. We are slightly above the moving averages. We broke above them slightly on the 4-hour chart. But guys, for a full reversal, I need to see Enphase break above 190, above 200, and preferably above, 225, 230. Time will tell. This thing does move fast, but we're nowhere near that point as of now, and earnings are coming up later this month, so maybe that will move the stock. I don't know. What do you guys think? So Enphase, ENPH, let's see what else. CCL keeps moving. Of course, I think it's overbought now. I'd be careful, but that keeps on moving. Momentum's on its side, no doubt about it. On the bull side, BBY, which is Best Buy, not to be confused with BBBY. Well, now it's BBBYQ. We're not going to get into that in this video, but Best Buy went up 0.25% on Monday. Not bad. It looks like it filled the gap to 83 bucks, which now maybe will be a little bit choppy. Maybe we'll fill back down to about 80, 81, chill there for a little bit before we run up again. Or maybe we just run right through 84 bucks, which I'll set on alert right now. Markets that were above $84, which was the high from the beginning of March, end of February, which if that were to break, we might then fill the gap towards 89, 90 bucks, and who knows where it's going to go from there. So BBY clearly is bullish, guys. We're above the moving averages, breaking out, but it's arguably overbought as well. So we'll see if it wants to fill the gap back down to 81 or rip right through 84. Time will tell. My alert is set. I'll keep you guys updated as always. Make sure to subscribe, by the way. Hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of the videos that we make here on the channel. You're not going to want to miss them, especially if you like keeping up with stocks, the short term, what's going on, news, all that good stuff, because that is what we cover here on the channel. So make sure, again, to subscribe. Link down below. I appreciate you guys. As always, you're awesome. So let me see what other names we have here. I don't want to make this video way too long. Let's see. Nike sold off a little bit after earnings on Thursday, and then on Monday it sold off again. So this looks like it wants to, I don't want to be the bearer of bad news here, guys, but it looks bearish, right? It looks pretty bearish in my opinion. It looks like any minute now this wants to fall right under 108, maybe go back to 105. I don't know. I mean, it's kind of figuring itself out here after the company reported earnings. So let's see what direction Nike picks. Does it make the plunge down to the lower hundreds, under 100 even, or does it bounce back over 115, which is where my alert's at on the upside? So let's see Nike there, guys, what direction that ends up picking. Pinterest, let me pull up Pinterest, P-I-N-S. Pinterest is pulling back a little bit, which is really healthy. It went down about 0.4 on Monday, which is nothing. I think on Thursday, Friday, it started to sell off, which is good. Now, if this comes down to 26, 26.20, right around that 50 SMA, maybe that's where I'd look at. Pinterest, that's also right by the lows from the end of March, also end of April. So that'd be a big support right in the 26, 26.50 range, which it looks like it wants to go to that point as of now. What do you guys think? Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. Hit that like button. And again, make sure to subscribe. And guys, don't forget to get your free money for Moomoo, up to 16 stocks, each up to 2,000 bucks. Fund your account at least 100 bucks. Using that link down below, you get 5 stocks right right off the bat. And if you fund your account at least $1,000, you get another 10 stocks, totaling 15 stocks, again, each up to $2,000. And guys, listen to this, the best part of the promo: fund your account at least $5,000. On top of those 15 stocks you already got, you also get a free share of either Tesla stock or Google, guaranteed, which is limited time, guys. Link down below. And of course, that's an affiliate link. It helps out the channel, and I appreciate you guys as always. If you use that link, feel free to check out my Patreon as well if you're interested. If you want to be a part of the Patreon portfolio, you want to have more access to me throughout the day, you want to see my charts and ideas, all that good stuff is linked down below on Patreon. So get your money, check out the Patreon. And with that being said, cheers guys, I'll catch you later.